Hey YouTube, I gotta tell you, I have not been this excited about a knife in a very long time. And if you read the title, you can see why. This is going to be on the Emerson CQC-6. As far as knives go, this is one of the most popular designs, and for Ernest Emerson, the most popular design. This knife is deep with history. The CQC-6 is really what propelled Mr. Emerson into the knife world, the knife community in general. It is what Benchmade wanted to put into production for Mr. Emerson, and then Mr. Emerson gave them the CQC-6 so that he could keep, the CQC-7, so that he could keep the 6 proprietary. This one was made in 2004. You can tell that because it has a diamond logo as opposed to the normal Emerson Spec War logo. Okay, there's a diamond logo. I know it's made from 2004 because the diamond logo, so he started using that in 2004, and the die for the logo was broken before the beginning of 2005. So all custom knives with the diamond logo were made in 2004. This one has a thick lock bar, like many of the newer customs. It is also non-waved, and in the knife community, a non-waved 6 is about as good as you can get. A lot of people prefer the 6 without the wave because that was the way that Mr. Emerson originally had designed it. And when this Commander came out in the 90s, a lot of people asked to have the wave on every knife that he had made. And because people asked for it, he put it on there. But originally it was designed without the wave. So to compare it with a 7, we can see that of course they have the Tanto design. I'm trying to figure out how I can hold these up at the same time. Okay. Clearly they both have the Tanto design, and the handles are a little bit different. You can see the front of the bolster has a little ramp here, which is similar to the 7, and then the cutout is about the same place, and then the end changes where the 7 curves to better secure the hand. The 6 is flat and rounded to what's called I believe that's called the boat tail design or shape. Also, the blade shape of the 6 is very angular. It comes straight out to here and then shoots down, whereas the 7 gradually sweeps in a downward motion to the tip, which of course it goes out of focus. Okay, and like all Emerson customs, green canvas micarta, titanium bolsters, and 154 cm blade. This one will be getting used. It's already seen a lot of pocket time and has been cutting some boxes and paper, things like that. I don't mind using it. That's what it was designed for. This knife was designed for combat, and whatever I throw at it, it will surely hold up to its cutting it, because I'm not going to go into combat with it. The earlier models of the CQC-6 had no jimping in the back. They were completely flat. Similarly, they had no jimping on the front part of the bolster. They did have liner jimping, but the liner jimping was hand filed by Mr. Emerson. And by the earlier models, I'm talking about early 90s, maybe even late 80s. Zero ground, of course. Zero chisel grind. It's a work of art. It's so comfortable in the hand. It's hard to describe. With the Emerson Customs, the scales are radiused ever so slightly. It's a little difficult to distinguish it, but they are radiused ever so slightly. Whereas the production scales are completely flat on both sides. So whereas the 7 feels pretty good in hand, it's still one of my favorites. The 6 it's really hard to compare because it fills out the hand so much better. And you can see this cutout is perfect. It fits my index finger like it was made for it. And again, I have size large gloves, or excuse me, I wear size extra large like working gloves and size large latex gloves when I'm in the lab. Of course, centered perfectly and just super smooth. I got this one, it was new in the box, or I should say unused. I just recently got it, and of course a 2004 model, but it was unused. And they have, some CQC-6s have this, some don't. This little cutout in the bolster, it's on both sides. There's actually been debate about it currently, about what it's why is it there, what's it for, and there hasn't been a consensus yet. I just love looking at that diamond logo. It's beautiful, and the grinds are amazing. There's actually, you can almost, oh, if I get that light right, you can see the waving pattern in the blade, the way it was ground. Just gorgeous. The thumb ramp is just perfect. I can't say anything bad about this knife. It was worth, everything I spent on it, which for the secondary market is it's not a cheap knife, but in my mind, there's just nothing better. It locks up solidly. I mean, it came to me and it was completely perfect lockout, or extremely early. Never used. And after using it and just playing with it for 4 or 5 days, you can see it's starting to lock up right underneath the tang, which I like my knives to lock up there. I'm not sure why it's not focusing. Okay, thank you. Good camera. You can see maybe a little bit of the marks on the bolsters because they're bee-blasted, and bee-blasting tends to show wear very easily. But like I said, I'm going to use it. So I couldn't care less whether it shows wear or not. The Zoo grind is a delicate grind in that it is super sharp, but tends to chip easily, I will say, because it's a very fine edge. And the 6 was originally designed to puncture soft body armor. That's why it has such a great swedge on it and such a strong tip. I mean, this thing is designed to pierce and to stab. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a slight belly to the 6. It curves ever so slightly, almost like the Super Raven B's. The Super Raven B has a much more pronounced belly, but this one has ever so slight. Like I said, you might not even be able to pick it up in this camera. It's so subtle. The 6, in my opinion, is one of those knives that you just hold and it's perfect. Some knives may be a little too big, a little too small, the handle, it just doesn't fit your hand right, but the 6 is perfect. You can hold it like this, which I do for most of the time, but when I need to do finer tasks, I will actually hold up closer to the bolster, up further on the bolster, and put my thumb there, and I have no doubt that my hands aren't going to go anywhere. I'm not doing anything so forceful that my hand's going to slide up. I mean, really, all I cut is cardboard, paper, boxes, things like that. It's everyday tasks. But this 6 is amazing. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but it's one of those things that's hard to really describe just how nice the knife is. I've handled custom Emersons, I've handled custom Hinderers and custom SNGs, custom SMS. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not really sure what happened. But as I was saying, I've handled many different custom knives, Salmoneros, custom Hinderers, custom SNGs, custom SMFs, and nothing is quite beautiful, in my opinion, as the CQC-6. So if you have the funds and if you have the desire, I would say getting a 6 is I'd say necessary for any true Emerson collector or any fan of custom knives. It's simply an amazing piece, and it's hard to top it. So that's about it, guys. I'll wrap this up right now. As always, be dressed to play and geared to slaughter. Thanks for watching.